Hey there everyone, PhilChill here and welcome to my channel. Stardew Valley is a game where the player can do whatever they want without any restrictions. Well, there are some, but they are like the world borders and maybe being unable to murder the townsfolk or the bears around the valley, but other than that the game is pretty open-ended, so every day that passes in the game can be utilized to the max. Today I wanted to talk a bit about some of the daily activities or chores, let's say, that every player does in Stardew Valley, which are all different from player to player, since everyone has their own playstyle. I wanted to shed some light on which are the most important things that you need to focus to do daily in order to progress more efficiently in the game as you start a brand new farm. One of the main points of the game is the relationships that you can build in the game with all of the townsfolk, letting you choose who you want to marry or befriend. Many miss that point, but from day one, you should be chatting and gifting all of the villagers to raise your hearts with them faster, which can unlock some really interesting things along the way. It's not only to get your loved one to move with you on the farm, but by increasing your relationship with every villager, they'll send you items which can help you out with the community center or even the daily life on the farm, unlock special machines or cutscenes, and make your life easier in general. Also, when you start a brand new farm, you're limited with the amount of energy that you can spend on activities on the farm. For example, cutting down trees, plowing the land for planting, or watering your crops and more. Those activities can waste a lot of your energy and you would just stop and chill for the rest of the day. Maybe interacting with villagers or just walking around picking up forageable items. But you should always use the leftover amount of energy and time as well. It's quite smart to try and dig more in the mines, but you should always save that for a certain day where your luck will be the highest. Whereas fishing can be really beneficial if you do it every day. And this is important to do from the start, since you would need to catch all of the fish in all of the seasons for the 100% completion. So focusing that in the first season is really smart and can save you time and earn you gold as well. So wasting some of the leftover energy on that can help you a bit as a little boost in the start. Increasing your fishing level, completing the community bundle, and also getting money in return as well. But there's also some other things as well. For example, as you know, the game is dependent on huge amounts of resources that you need to gather in order to craft certain items or equipment, build certain buildings, or donate the resources to the community center or museum. The main ones that are needed for almost everything are wood, stone, coal, copper, iron, gold, iridium ore, radioactive ore, and the last but not least, hardwood. To focus mainly on these resources from the start of the game, since towards the late game you would lack most of these to craft some of the better artisan equipment that would in turn let you get a lot of gold. So if you're farming them from the start, towards the late game you should have a decent amount of stored materials you could use for crafting. Starting off from the wood, you can get this at the start from chopping down the trees on your farm, since on the beginning farms there's a lot of trees like everywhere. But if you just chop them down and don't replant them, or leave the stumps at least, because the stumps will spread seeds over time, you will run out of trees on the farm. So you'll need to focus around the world, like in the Cindersap forest, the mountain, and everywhere. A really great tip for this is to always gather the seeds and not use all of them for the survival bars. You can just plant some of the seeds around the mountain, the Cindersap forest, the quarry, the train station even, and even on the Ginger Island. They will grow into trees and you'll have a steady supply of trees. The best area for me is desert. I always make a designated area for saps that I can plant in the desert, and I have sap from those trees while I have a one side that I always cut down for lumber. So that's a really great way and an efficient one that you can get some nice wood for your farm. This tip works even for the mahogany trees that give you hardwood. You can just visit the secret woods to get those 12 daily stumps, and after that you can replant the mahogany seeds that you can get around the valley or on the farm or even on the Ginger Island to get some extra hardwood. But always remember, try to shake the trees first before cutting them, since they may drop seeds as well like that you can replant somewhere else. Wood is much more accessible than stone. For stone farming, you need to at least try to break all of the rocks in the mines and try to focus on the bigger ones since you get around 10 per one rock. For late game, however, there is a really neat trick that you can use with the deconstructor, and that is, you can trade in 1 jade for a staircase at the desert trader and deconstruct it for 99 stone. That's a really nice option, and that's how you should get your stone in the future. For ores, however, you will get them naturally as you progress into the mines. From level 2, you will get copper ore, from level 41, you will get iron ore, and level 81, gold ore. Ores are needed for all of the artisan equipment, so if you want to fill a shed with them, you would need to gather a lot of these materials to do so. You should always gather every node that you find, on every floor, since every piece of ore is important. And if you don't want Clint to steal a fortune by selling his ores to you, because I quite gotta hand it to him. Let's not even talk about the prices of the ore and coal as well. He should make a mansion from all of the gold he got from us. But still, the mines are important, especially the floors after 40. Since there you can find loads of dust sprites, where with the right gear and items, you can manage to get around 100 plus pieces of coal every run. So you should always keep those in mind, and do a few runs whenever you have the time in your game. For the iridium and radioactive ore, however, it's a different story. The iridium ore can be found in the skull caverns, where the deeper you go the more ore you find, and there is a farming tutorial made which can help you out with it. For the radioactive ore, however, you can just spam the first couple of floors in the dangerous mines and you can get a really decent amount of ore, so I really hope this tip helps you. Something else which is also important is the TV. The TV is a driving force for new players since it would help you by giving you tips on what to do, showing your luck level for the day and also the weather for the following day, which can help you immensely for planning out how to spend the next few days. You can upgrade your tools without missing a day of watering and also know when to visit the mines or skull caverns, where it would save you a lot from a bad run. And let's not forget about the forageable items, which at the start of every farm are a godsend, to be honest. So you should always take a bit of your time from every day to at least take a stroll around the world and check out if you can find any forageable items. The last tip that I have for everyone is something that you can do every Friday and Sunday, and that is you should always visit the traveling merchant. The traveling merchant is really special since he sells random items which can be even off season, which are a blessing to most of the players. To be honest, you can't finish the community bundle without him in the first year if you're unlucky and manage not to find a single red cabbage being sold by the traveling merchant. He also sells seeds, decoration, crops, fish and more. And it's also important to make it a weekly routine that you visit every Friday and Sunday to check his wares to see if you find anything that you need for the community center in order to complete it in your first year. But everyone, those were the few things that I think a lot of players should focus on to do daily in order to maximize their time spent, so you don't have to redo them towards the end game, and it will boost up your start and make it so that you can complete certain tasks sooner. What do you think? Which one of these do you believe is the most important one, and which one do you use yourself? Let me know down below. For me, the merchant one is always the most important one since you can always get the off-season things really sooner and you can complete the community center sooner as well. I truly hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel since it helps me out immensely and it's totally free. I made it my goal for this year to at least reach 5,000 subscribers till the end of the year, so any help is really appreciated. I hope you have a great day and I will see you all in my next one. But till then, stay safe.